So far, we have heard from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi about investigating the Bush administration. She made some news there. We've heard from her about congressional oversight of intelligence. She made some more news there. We've heard from her about Iraq. Big news there, too. And we've heard from her about the Republican opposition in the House. Not exactly news, but that was kind of fun. The Speaker has actually just returned from a trip to Afghanistan, and I concluded my interview with her today with what felt like a preview of the next big, important, national course-altering political battle in this country. What to do about Soviet demisistan. What to do about Afghanistan. Listen carefully to the way that Nancy Pelosi talks about Afghanistan in tone and in substance. She does not see a military solution. She's not comfortable with a 10-year U.S. presence. She thinks that Iran has to be part of the solution in that area. The most powerful person in Congress talks herein in a way that makes you think that this debate is going to be way different from the debate about the Iraq War. You're just back from Afghanistan. Your thoughts, your impressions?
What a tragedy. What a tragedy. Of course, 9/11 occurred and we had to respond in terms of eliminating any safe haven for those who would do harm to our country. But the fact, Rachel, is that we did not defeat or eliminate the Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. We routed them. They went into the mountainous areas between Afghanistan and Pakistan. They have safe haven there now, and they've come back into Afghanistan. So for 7.5 years, we have had an administration without a plan, but adrift. And it's really a tragedy because so much could have been done. And this, again, is about our national security, how we protect the American people. And in order to do so, I conclude, coming from the trip, I come back with many questions. A trip does not make you an expert, although I've been there a number of times and I've seen some difference. Everyone in the military says this cannot be accomplished militarily only. So it's about how we work with our allies in NATO for a military presence there that will be effective in defeating the Taliban and eliminating the Al-Qaeda. It's about governance. It's about the government of Afghanistan and how it is legitimate and reducing corruption and the whole poppy trade, drug trade, the rest of that. About governance, we're giving more power to local people, more empowerment of the Afghan people as they go forward. I'm not talking about a Jeffersonian democracy. I'm just talking about a stake in their future. It's about reconstruction and of the economy of Iraq. Again, we can't make a commitment to change hundreds of years of disparity in Afghanistan, but we can create a circumstance where, in a secure environment, there's some appeal to cooperate, rather than saying, the Taliban is here, we don't know what the other side is doing, I'll make my peace with the Taliban. The most important ingredient, though, and this is, I'm so pleased with what the Obama administration is doing, that was neglected by the Bush administration, is the regional cooperation. This cannot be done in Afghanistan. Pakistan has to be honest about what it is doing. It has been duplicitous, I think, in terms of saying it's fighting in the mountainous regions, the Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and the rest, when in fact that hasn't been really sincere. But it's not just about Afghanistan and Pakistan. It's about Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, the neighboring stands, the other stands. It's about China. It's about Russia. It's about Iran. Yeah. It's about Iran. Iran has a stake in some level of stability in Afghanistan. They don't want the refugees. They have some commerce on the border there. And the Taliban are Sunnis and they are Shia.
And there's the huge drug problem in Iran.
And the whole drug problem, and they don't want that. They don't want that in Iran. So there are many reasons why these countries in the region have a stake in bringing stability to Afghanistan. We have to work together. The beauty that I see, and this is my first trip since this term as Speaker. My first trip is always to visit the troops and thank them for their service and this or that, and to talk to the leadership of the countries. And people are so excited about Barack Obama. They think that he will listen and not lecture. They think he'll be collaborative and not condescending. They see that if they're going to work together with the United States, it's a plan that we work together on and not one that is dictated to them. So I see this is a big new direction.
It's like a long mission, though, doesn't it?
It's a big mission. It's as essential as the national security of our...
Is it 20 years?
Oh,
Is it 10 years?
oh, no. Well, they talk about a 10-year plan. Some do, or 5-year or 10. You have to have a longer view so that the Taliban doesn't wait you out, so that what you're doing is not irrelevant. We do it, we leave, they come back. But I'd hate to see it be a 10-year plan. But what it has to be is a plan.
There needs to be a plan. It can't just be a military solution. I hope we're not talking about 10 years here. The Afghanistan debate is just starting to simmer in this country. Consider what you just saw there with Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi to be a preview of your politics to come. I want to say thank you to Speaker Pelosi and her staff for making time to sit down with me today. You can see the entire interview unedited on our website, along with a full transcript. That's at rachel.msnbc.com.